Welcome to Bill Gatton Honda. We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it.
Harry has a Honda, Holly has a Honda, Howard drives a Honda too. Jerry's got a Honda, Freddie's got a Honda, you know what you got to do. Bill Gatton is a friend for sure, he's looking out for you. After all these years, it's time for you to drive a Honda too. Bill Gatton has a Honda for you.
And remember, we've got a Honda with your name on it. Hey, welcome to Bill Gatton Honda.
We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it.
At Bill Gatton Honda, we make car buying easy with our competitive pricing and award-winning service. Get a 2017 Honda Civic LX as low as $169 a month. Or how about the 2017 Honda HR-V LX for only $189 a month? And don't forget our 2017 Honda Fit LX for $139 a month. Visit us online 24/7 at BillGattonHonda.com. And remember, we've got a Honda with your name on it.
Now coming to you from Quaker Steak and Lube here in historic downtown Bristol, as we're ready to get started. Of course, we've missed the last couple of weeks, been making up baseball games with the Vikings, and of course the FCA tournament was all last week, so getting back into normal things, I guess, if there's such thing as normal. But hopefully we'll have a good show for you tonight. I know we're planned on the first half of the show will be the head coach of the Viking football team, Mike Mays, will be joining us, and so Coach Mays is going to be coming down. We're going to be talking a little bit about spring practice, some other things going on, and working out. There's we're going to talk about some youth football, which includes the Viking football camp, which will be coming up, and how you can register for that, and where to go online, and a lot more with the Viking football team. We'll kind of try to get a heads up on the schedules. Everybody's spring practices are starting to hit now, college and high school both within the next month. But we'll be getting all kinds of information from the head coach of the Vikings, Mike Mays, and then we're also going to be joined by Tennessee High's athletic director, Barry Wade, and Barry will be giving us some updates on facilities, on the way things are going with the Lady Vikings and Vikings on the field and on the court and all that good stuff here in the second half. And hopefully they'll both be here together so we can do some announcements together as our plan. So welcome in, and again, remember, since we're here on the Wednesday, it is 60-cent boneless wing night here at Quaker Steak and Lube, and looking forward to some wings a little bit later. But a great way to try out all the flavors. Again, there are 28 flavor profiles here at Quaker Steak and Lube, and it starts at 500 and goes all the way up to 500,000, which is the triple atomic. You can go up to dusted ghost pepper at 11.7. The supercharged is 30,000. Buckeye barbecue at 5,000. One of my favorites is the tire cracker. It's at 18.50. And of course, I absolutely love the ghost pepper. Again at 11.7. And one of my favorites, supercharged at 30,000. It's a pretty good flavor also, but plenty of stuff to try it out. And if you want to just try a flavor, all you have to do is ask them. They're more than glad to let you sample that. They can bring you a little cup, and you can try the sauces. Don't hesitate to ask them. They're more than glad to do it, and they'll appreciate you asking and the offer too. So 60-cent boneless wing night here at Quaker Steak and Lube. Of course, we're getting closer to some warmer weather, hopefully, after this weekend. Hopefully, we'll be getting into some warmer weather, and if we get warmer weather, then that means we're going to be getting into karaoke, and the karaoke will start outside on the patio in May. Also, the block parties and bike nights will start up. The block parties will be on the first Thursday of each month, so it'd be the first Thursday in May will be our first block party, and then, of course, bike nights every Thursday night here at Quaker Steak and Lube. We'll be doing Singo tonight at 7 o'clock here on at Quaker Steak and Lube. And of course, also Fallen Hour show. It'll be Scott Gray, and for 2 hours from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So it gives us 3 hours of local sports here on ESPN Tri-Cities. So lots of going on with the Lady Vikings and the Vikings. Matter of fact, we've got the Lady Vikings are playing Daniel Boone at the Lady Vikings softball complex over at Rotary, and Lady Vikings hosting Daniel Boone tonight. They hosted David Crockett last night, losing to David Crockett by a score of 10-4. JV lost 5-4 at Rotary at the Lady Viking complex. Again, they'll be hosting the Daniel Boone Lady Blazers, which is a really good softball team in the area, and they will have their hands full, believe me, tonight at the complex. So the Lady Viking and Viking tennis team, they finally got on the courts. It took forever and a day, amen, for them to do it, but they finally did. The Lady Vikings picked up a 7-2 win over Gate City last week, and then the Vikings and Lady Vikings both took on Central last week. I think it was last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. They win both those matches by a score of 9-0 at the Viking course at Ida Jones. And so now they came back out yesterday and took on Volunteer at the Viking courts yesterday. Lady Vikings with a 9-0 win, the Vikings with a 9-0 win. So Lady Vikings are now 3-0 overall. They're 2-0 in conference play. The Vikings 2-0 and 2-0, and they're hosting Elizabeth right now at the Viking courts, and it's I don't know if that was a conference match or not. The TSSAA and their infinite wisdom, as I like to say, decided to combine schools. So Vikings are playing East and Central, Unicoi County. I'm guessing Elizabeth now in this area where we've not been playing those schools. It will be a district team, a district tournament, or a district conference match now, and I guess it's the big whatever it is, like 20-some now, but they combined schools and conference, and so now you're playing some smaller schools that you probably wouldn't have been playing before. But the Lady Vikings, matter of fact, they'll have 3 matches next week. They'll be at Greenville tomorrow, at Tusculum College playing Greenville at Tusculum tomorrow. Those matches start at, I think, scheduled for 4 or 4:30 tomorrow. And then next week they play Science Hill in Johnson City on Tuesday. So they'll have those games with Johnson City with the Toppers on Tuesday. On on Thursday they'll be going to the Webb School and playing Knox Webb on Thursday, and then hosting the East Patriots back at the Viking courts on the following day, I think on the 12th. So, yeah, at Webb School on the 11th, and then East at the 12th. Let's see, what else is going on? Viking track team is at Abingdon. They're running and competing against the Falcons and the East Patriots. The Vikings have gotten off to a great start, winning 2 of the meets they've been participating in. They've won at Elizabeth and won overall, and also won the meet they hosted 2 weeks ago at the Viking track. So off to a good start. Coach Stubbs and Coach Irvin off to a really good start with the track team, and hopefully good things will come from them. Also, the Viking baseball team took one on the chin last night. They followed 6-5 in 9 innings to the Toppers. Got off to a kind of a shaky start. They had 2 hit batsmen, 2 walks, a couple of bobbles in the infield, and the Toppers get 3 runs, unearned runs with no hits last night, and so they fall 6-5 in 9 innings to the Toppers. The Vikings get back on the field tomorrow. They're going to be hosting Richlands tomorrow at 5 o'clock. It's a 5 o'clock start time, so Dr. Deborah Basham pregame show at 4:45, and then on Friday, that game has been moved up. They will be taking on the Volunteer Falcons. That is a game that was postponed 3 weeks ago. This game 2, the Vikings won at Volunteer by a score of 16-2 on a Monday. The Tuesday game got canceled, and so we'll make that one up on Friday now instead of Saturday, as we found out there's a 90% chance of weather, either rain or snow or both, on Saturday. So the Vikings will be hosting Volunteer on Friday at 6 o'clock. Both those games tomorrow and Friday at Todd Houston Field. They'll be taking on Boone on Monday at Todd Houston. We go to Boone on Tuesday, and then the Vikings will head to Myrtle Beach to play in the Ripken Experience. So Vikings off to a great start. They're 13-3 overall. They're 3-2 in conference play, and looking very good. So they battled last night as an excellent high school baseball game, and big thanks to everybody that came down to Johnson City to support the Viking baseball team. Excellent crowd from Bristol last night, and they were loud and boisterous, and that's what we want to see, and so continue to do that. Also, the Vance Vikings win 10-4 over Rossi and Robinson last night at Todd Houston. The Vikings picked up 17 hits on the night, with Wade Witcher, Coach Witcher's son, Wade, getting the win on the mound last night, going four innings and giving up a couple of hits. But the Vikings pounded out 17 hits against Rossi last night. So good win for the Vance Vikings. They are 8-3 now on the season, and congratulations to them. The Lady Viking softball team continues to play well. They're being very, very successful as we speak, and of course Trey Leonard coaching the Vance Vikings, the Lady Vikings softball team. So Lady Vikings at Vance and the Vikings are having very good seasons so far. Hopefully we can get Coach Taylor and Coach Trey Leonard here to talk about Vance Vikings and Lady Vikings at some point in time. That'd be a great thing. I will let everybody know right now that, excuse me, next week we will have the Vikings soccer team back with us. Head coach Andy Snyder will be here, and I'm sure Aiden Moore will be with him, and probably we will have one other player, but the Vikings soccer team is 3-1-1. They had a 4-1 win at David Crockett. The big thing was last week they trailed Science Hill 4-2 with 7 minutes left in the match last week, and tied the Toppers 4-4, and so the Vikings are in second place in the Big 7 Conference right now. They're 3-1-1 overall and 2-1-1 in conference play, and they're going to be hosting Elizabeth this coming Friday at the Castle, and then 2 big matches coming up with DB, a rematch at Kingsport and a rematch with the Toppers at the Castle. So that will get everybody caught up on everything going on. Again, as soon as we get some information in on tennis or Lady Vikings soccer, if we get it on before we leave here tonight, then we'll put the word out and let you know what's going on. We're going to take a break and come back with us. It's the head coach of the Viking football team, Mike Mays, back after this.
Welcome to Bill Gatton Honda. We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it.
Hey, welcome to Bill Gatton Honda.
We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it.
Viking Sports, David Dow here at Quaker Steak and Lube. It is 60-cent boneless wing night here at Quaker Steak, and great way to try out all 28 of the flavor profiles here on the board up behind Coach Mays, and you can start at I think it goes from 50 all the way up to 500,000. We know we're not doing that 500,000 anymore. That's over and done with. Ray even did it, and he said he wouldn't do it again if we paid him, and so I think everybody's done it at least once, just for the heck of it. But again, a great way to try out all the flavor profiles. Tons of different things down here. There's wraps, macaroni bowl, steaks. The hamburgers are really, really good here. Ribs are excellent. So tons of salads. And if you want something chocolatey, there's plenty of dessert here too. So just a lot of good things going on here at Quaker Steak and Lube. Again, we'll be playing Singo here. That's playing bingo with music. You don't have to sing. That at 7 o'clock here at Quaker Steak and Lube. And then remember, coming the 1st of May, we'll be going back outside on the patio for karaoke, and also bike nights return. It will be bike nights every Thursday night. The first Thursday will be a block party, though, and that is where we close off Piedmont from State Street down to the public library, and really great crowd here for a bike night. A lot of people travel from out of town for that bike night, and if you want to see some really nice looking motorcycles, I would invite you to come down and take a look at them, because they're not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. They have got some bucks in those things. Of course, next week is race week, and I know Coach Mays will probably be doing some stuff next week at the racetrack, and but it'll be normal, go the whole time here at Quaker Steak and Lube. Next week, Wednesday through Sunday here at Quaker Steak and Lube. So come on down and give us a holler if you want to. We'd be more than glad to talk to you. I'll throw you on air even. So with me now, the head coach of the Viking football team, Coach Mike Mays. Coach Mays, thanks for coming down today. And a lot of things for you to talk about. We're getting ready. I know the guys been working out, and you're going through lifting and working out, doing all those kind of things. You got spring practice coming up. I mean, a little bit of everything, and it's going to be upon us fast.
Yeah, we've had a really good off season. Kids are working really hard. Just the culture around our program is really good right now. We got outstanding leadership from our seniors right now. In particular, our offensive line, which to me is special. Those guys, they show up every day, work hard, they push each other, they push the rest of the team. Skill guys are working really hard. We got some really fast guys out in track right now. Got some guys competing in baseball and of course soccer. And we're just grinding along. Just trying to get better, more athletic, faster, and things like that. And hopefully when spring practice starts April 30th.
We're not that far away from it.
No, we're not.
And I know we talked earlier about like some 7-on-7 kind of things and stuff for spring, and how's that playing out, or a couple of scrimmages?
Yeah, we've got a scrimmage with Dobbins Bend on the 14th. That's a Monday. And then we'll have hopefully have maroon and white on that Wednesday, the 16th. That's a numbers game for us right there. If we can field two good teams play against each other, we'll do it. But we'll start on the 30th. We've got basically 9 practices and 2 scrimmages. We're just anxious to get those guys on the field and see what they can do. We feel like we've made big steps in the off season, and we'll have to replace some guys. We'll have a good battle at quarterback. We're going to have a good battle at linebacker. We got 8 or 10 kids competing at corner. So there's some spots out there that we feel like we need to really take a good look at in the spring, and those are them. Of course, always building depth throughout the whole team, but mainly in the linemen. We really don't like our linemen to play both ways, so we're trying to build that kind of depth.
And you probably will have some that will.
There'll be a couple.
They
won't start both ways, but they're going to definitely help on either side of the ball. Guys like Isaac Trivett and White Mullins and Duff and Dewey, and those guys are going to have to contribute on both sides. But we're excited. Some of the young guys are stepping up and getting stronger. J.D. Pickett and some of those younger guys like that. Joel Sluter, sophomore guys. We're going to have to need in the line or coming along. Of course, Jordan Thompson. He's had wrist surgery to get that pin taken out of his wrist, so he's going to be probably more of a redshirt guy in the spring. He's be a no contact guy, but go through drills, things like that. So that'll give us another chance to find another center, things like that. So.
I know we've also had a chance talking about some of the track guys about some guys probably are going to move just because of they need to, from running back to wide receiver and different things like that. And that was 2 months ago, I guess. Now seems like 100 years ago now during basketball season. But talk about some of the guys that are coming back that you're going to be looking for. I know quarterback's going to be wide open right now, replacing Cortland. But talk a little bit about that if you want to.
Well, at the quarterback position, if we go off the depth chart from last year, Cole he'll be the guy that gets the first reps. Peyton Fox will get the second reps, and then Bryce Snyder third rep. So we feel comfortable with that competition right there at quarterback, running back. By committee, which we like. With Hunter Holt coming back, had an outstanding off season. I mean, my kid's squatting 400 some pounds. clean of 250. So good gains. Kelvin Coleman's had an outstanding off season. That's a kid that's went from hardly lifting weights at all and really not being able to play until August last year, to really coming on late in the season and then really just taking it from there and pushing it further.
Right.
Kendrick Perry's another kid that's going to be able to play for us. He's had a great offseason in the weight room. Of course, you got Cade Mitchell,
Right.
Gibby, C.J. Hess, Ethan Muncie's had an outstanding. We ran 4.7 yesterday. That's pretty good for us.
Yes, it is.
Newcomer Isaac Peak was a basketball player before.
Right.
He's the first 4-5 guy, legit 4-5 guy we've had since 2009 or 2010.
Yeah.
So we're excited about Isaac coming out and see what he can do. Of course, Nolan's back at tight end. We'll have Duff behind him and some other guys, so we're excited about that. Offensive line is basically intact from last year. We've got to find a center. We got to find somebody for Blackwell because that's a hard guy to replace. Both in leadership and physical ability. That kid. He was such an important part of what we did last year. So that whoever steps into that role is going to have to really fill some big shoes.
And they're going to have to play beat up if they have to do it too.
Right.
Because he did.
Yeah. He is one guy. He gave us everything he got, and we're really going to miss him. But we're kind of looking forward to some competition in the center and see who's going to step in. And of course you got Jake Holland, Joe Maggard, Wyatt Mullins, Isaac Trivet. Those are some major players coming back. Chandler Smith. Big guys. We're anywhere from 240 pounds to 310 pounds up front. So big tight end, and Nolan's just under 6'7", 240. So we're going to have a big line. So I really feel like we're going to be able to run the ball really good.
Right.
The passing game's going to have to come along. In that department. Defensively, got the two ends back.
Exactly.
We've talked for years. We're good on defense when our ends are good, and we got two good ones.
Two good ones, yeah.
Inside's probably Isaac Trivet, the 3 nose guard by committee. We hope J.D. Pickett's going to step up and be able to play something there. Linebacker, of course, we've got about 8 guys penciled in right now to look at linebacker. Sam linebacker. There's going to be some good competition there. We've got a couple seniors there, a couple juniors. Kelvin Coleman, is one of those guys that played there last year. He's probably going to get the nod first in the first team reps just because of his experience there. Of course, your safeties are Cade and Gibby. Cole also played a lot last year at safety. He could play rover or safety. Jaden Keller, young kid. If you walked in there and saw him, you'd say, "Who's that guy?" He's a good-looking kid, runs track,
he is.
can fly. Of course, corners. There's a lot of corners. Trevor Dowdell, Parker Hall, Ethan Muncie, Isaac Peak. Isaiah Smith. You talking about a kid that can fly? He's probably the fastest kid on the track team.
Right.
So Isaiah Smith's gonna get some looks at corner. So we're excited about what we have at corner. So overall we're pretty excited on defense. We got some holes to look at, but we got some bodies that are athletic, and we got competition at those positions. And we talked before about if we have competitions at those positions, we're going to find the best players to play there, and then if we can play more, of course, if I can start 22 guys, I'm gonna start 22 guys.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I know we were talking about Jaden during basketball season and during some time, and Mike, he looked like he's grown like 5 inches all of a sudden. He just shot straight up. He looks like an athlete, but he's grown just so much, and it's like he went from 6'2" to 6'5" or 6. All of a sudden,
Right.
And I know we were talking about him, and he said, he may not be running now.
Right. I mean,
used to be running routes.
Right. Well,
But,
that's one of those things. Come off that injury,
Yeah.
Not saying that he's never going to run the ball, but
Right,
we're
yeah,
able to
I know.
move some people around. But we feel like moving him out there as a sophomore is going to help him out with his confidence, and especially come off an injury. We also got Dominic Daggs is a kid that runs track. He's going to be really fast for us. There's going to be a place for him to play.
Yeah.
Noah Osborne's out there at track and run. We got. We're pretty excited because we haven't been this fast in a while.
Right.
We're big and we got some speed.
And that's kind of the way the baseball team is now. They've got more speed than I think I've ever seen them.
Yeah.
CJ was one of the people I was talking about. I only saw him. I never saw him go first, third, or second at home. I always saw him run a straight line.
Right.
Kind of a thing. And so he picked. You got to see him. Do something else, and he's a lot quicker than what he looked like he was. Hello, Coach Wade.
Hey. I tell you, the two fastest kids on that team though are Banks Preston and Jared Powell.
Yes.
Jared Powell can absolutely fly.
Yeah.
So those they've committed themselves to the weight room and been outstanding there. So
I tell you, somebody else can move too is Daniel Hicks, and I didn't realize he could go. He went first to home the other night on a play, and I was like, "That come from?"
Yeah.
But can we talk about youth football? Yay or nay, or we won't?
Well, yeah, we're excited about that.
You've got football camp coming up, and I know it's one of the reasons you've tried to visit the schools to bring kids in for youth, for football camp and doing those kinds of things.
Yeah, that was one of Barry Wade's things was, let's start youth football in Bristol again. Let's get kids playing ball, and for whatever reason, sometimes, I'm not saying the Junior Vikings was a bad thing. It just didn't fit everybody.
Right.
And we want football to be accessible to everybody. And, we've gone into schools and talked to them about playing football, cheerleading, and just trying to get some school spirit for those schools. Football is a big thing, especially to start the season out with and football being the first major sport. You can create a really good culture in your school with football. And so we feel at all levels, high school, middle school, and elementary, if you have football, you're going to have some school spirit. And kids love going to games and cheering for their team. And that's kind of what we want to get. We want to get as many kids as we can playing football because, we really feel like that is important for kids. They're going to learn a lot. You really can't talk to a second grader about perseverance, and working hard, things like that. But over time, they're going to hear them things, and they're going to learn that, hey, this is good for me, and me coming to practice every day and being committed to something and working hard toward a goal and being a teammate. All those things they're going to learn and not realize they're learning it. And that's kind of what football does for you. You're going to face some tough times, and the more obstacles you can overcome in life and on the field, you're just going to be a tougher person, a more competitive person throughout life. And that's what we want to. We want to compete these guys or get these guys when they graduate high school. They're going to compete for jobs, and they're going to compete, to be the best parent and to be the best person they can be, and that's what we want. We think football can do that for kids. Right.
I know. You have hit the elementary schools, and how's it been so far turnout wise? Just talking to the kids,
it's been great. They kind of go, they come in wondering what's going on, and we just talk about, like I just said, school spirit and playing for the team, and the girls are in there and they're excited about cheerleading, and the guys are kind of like, well, okay, we're going to have cheerleaders and everything. We get to wear our school color.
Yes.
There's going to be a trophy at the end of the year. It's going to go to the school. So we talk about each school has a history of being good in football. You
got that right.
And so we talked to Avoca today about how dominant Avoca was for years, and Taylor was with us, and I said, hey, Taylor didn't tell you, but he played quarterback here,
Yeah.
And we talked about Haynesfield and their dominant years, and Fairmount.
Was really good for a long time.
Yeah, and
Rosemont, and getting back to Rosemont, you go back to that probably from 69 to 74, that era, you know, Viking football, I think every lineman came out of Rosemont, you know, just about.
Well, there were some big kids at Fairmount.
You know, exactly. You know, so I mean, I'm glad that it's happening, and it tickles me absolutely to death because I think there's some good athletes out there that need an opportunity to play, and I think it will bode well. The other thing is you know, all it's going to do is strengthen the program.
Yeah.
From top to bottom. I know back a long time ago when I was playing, you know, all the schools went over and they met with the high school coaches. They came over, you know. We went to Tennessee High's games every Friday night. Right. They were playing at home. There was, you know, I don't know that would happen now, but like we'd had like 4 plays. And that's what they ran at Tennessee High. Well, and you got those 4 plays, and you went and added 3 to 4 more advanced once you got there. Yeah. And then you were ready, you're acclimated to what you wanted to do by the time you got there. And I think it makes a ton of difference in the long run.
Well, this is a good year to do it, you know, because, like I said, the culture on the team's good. We have outstanding leaders and the kids that want to serve other people, and they're willing to go out and watch practice and wear their jersey out there. And, you know, that gets kids excited that are playing elementary ball when somebody like Wyatt Mullins walks up and he's got his jersey on and those things like that, you know, and they get to practice near their school.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just I think it's just a win-win.
You know, the good thing about the football team right now is that you have players from each one of those schools that play. I mean, and they know who they are. Oh, yeah. You know, and because I'm probably more familiar with Avoca and Fairmount right now. But you know, it's just like I know that a couple of kids were being talked to, and they said, "Is that your?" As Sharon says, "Is that your husband that does ball games on Friday night?" And she said, "Yes, it is." You know, and they said, "Well, we listen all the time," and they knew who people are, including Damien. Right. You know, and so they know who's playing there now. So if it gives them an opportunity to get out and meet these other kids and to go back into their old schools and help. It's a community thing as much as anything else. It's not, to me, it's kind of like having them on the show. You know, It gets them out into an area where they need to feel comfortable talking to other people and doing things, and in the long run, it helps them out. Yeah, as much as it does anybody else.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if they're playing on a Thursday night, our kids can go watch them play. Right. You know, it's really hard for a high school kid to play extremely hard on Friday night and to get up early the next morning and go to a youth football game.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier to leave a walk-through practice on a Thursday night with us and go hang out at the football field and support these kids that are out there playing and being future Vikings, things like that. So, you know, and our kids are willing to do that. They want to do that. You know, they want to go down and help. They want to do things, and you know, that's the kind of kids we got right now, and I love it.
Well, I do too, and you all know this. Anything you need from us, you got it. You know, and if Taylor wants to come on at some point in time, he's more than welcome to come on, and we'll sit and we'll talk about it. Right. Not a problem whatsoever. So I think the more we get it out there, the better off we are. So.
Well, I mean, you know, this is Bristol. Yeah. You know, let's be Bristol. You know, let's be the best Bristol we can be, and let's coach our kids and bring them up to our program and teach them values of life and send them out in the world being better people by using football or really any sport. But you know, I'm a football coach, so I'm partial to football. Right. So, but I just feel like there's so much you can learn from football, and the more kids we got playing, the better people we're going to have.
Exactly. So. We have football camp coming up too, if you want to hit on that real quick before you have to take off.
Well, it's the 29th through the 31st. We go from 8:30 to 12:30. We do a lot of drills, so they're going to.
That is in May.
In May, yes. I'm sorry. We rotate kids around, so they're going to play every position. They're going to meet every coach. They're going to be around every player we got in the program. And the great thing is Jennifer Burleson is came on with the nutrition, and we're going to actually feed them lunch at the end of camp. So, you know, Sweet. Kids that need to eat, you know, we're going to have food provided.
Right.
And it's just a great experience. They get to play Carolina tag, which they love.
Right.
All the kids are moving all the time. We take a couple breaks, but
yeah,
for the most part,
it's go.
They're going to rest when they get home. I can tell you that. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great camp.
And again, so spring practice coming up in 2 weeks. Is that right? 3 weeks.
April 30th. Well, yeah,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks, and for 9 days, and
basically 2 scrimmages.
Yep, 2 scrimmages.
11.
Hopefully a maroon and white game, and looking forward to it. But Coach Mays, I greatly appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
I know you got to do some basketball now, head down the road. But Barry, I'll let you officially announce what you told me, and we've already put out there.
Well, I mean, we just talked the other day. We was playing Abingdon in baseball, and Coach Mays and I got together and just talked about our schedule a little bit. So
right.
We were excited that we added Abingdon to our football schedule for the next 2 years, started in 2019.
19, yeah.
Yep, and 2020. And, we did a 2-year contract, but hopefully we
right.
hope it, goes into the future. And, hopefully that's one of the games that we're going to try to blow up a little bit since it's so close.
Oh, yeah.
And so we just want to make that happen and go back through. And one thing, too, Dave, let me add, Mike mentioned that it was my idea. What was that? That was a community idea. I put a group together, and we met with some people, and they said, hey, we got to get football back to every kid that wants to play in our community. And it's nothing, like Mike said, it's nothing that we got against Junior Vikings. We just want to see as many kids as we can get out there, too.
I agree.
And, Jeremiah Jenkins and those guys with the Junior Vikings have done a wonderful job, and we hope to support them and them to continue, too. But we just want every kid to have the opportunity to play. And,
I would agree.
And, and just exciting for me to sit here and listen to how Mike has been around each school. I normally talk to him, and he says, hey, things went great today. Taylor Harmon sent me a text this morning and said, golly, he said, things were just great, Coach. And, appreciate you helping us do it. But, I mean, it's just exciting. And I don't like to brag on him in person, but it's just another one of those ways where where you see Mike Mays trying to improve our football program.
Right.
And we really appreciate that. And that's just see the growth in our community and excitement's coming from it. And, again, and you mentioned, and I hope we can get Taylor on here to talk about it because it's something that we need to make sure that we get out and everything and get girls out to cheerleading and guys out to football too. Just get everybody excited about Viking football. Yeah. And but we're excited about it.
Yeah, and we should be. And again, 2019 and 2020, Abingdon Falcons and the Vikings first game will be at the Stone Castle. 2020 we'll go up to Abingdon and play. And hopefully we can continue that. Plus some other sports. The baseball teams have really. We've had some great baseball games with them over the last 4 or 5 years. I've been doing, however long I've been doing it, seems like 100 years now, but
Well, it makes perfect sense, as Coach Mays talked about, they're pretty much same size attendance-wise as us.
Right.
Same size school and everything, and so, I just think it could be a good rivalry. They got a lot of support in their community, and we got a lot of support in our community.
We do.
So we're looking forward to it.
We do. And I'm looking forward to it. Coach Mays, thank you again.
Well,
I appreciate it. We're going to take us a short break and come back, and it'll be Coach Barry Wade with us the remainder of the show right here on Inside Viking Sports. Back after this.
At Bill Gatton Honda, we make car buying easy with our competitive pricing and award-winning service. Get a 2017 Honda Civic LX as low as $169 a month. Or how about the 2017 Honda HR-V LX for only $189 a month? And don't forget our 2017 Honda Fit LX for $139 a month. Visit us online 24/7 at BillGattonHonda.com. And remember, we've got a Honda with your name on it. Hey, welcome to Bill Gatton Honda.
We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it. Welcome to Bill Gatton Honda. We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, We got a Honda with your name on it.
Down here at Quaker Steak and Lube, and again, big thanks to Viking head football coach Mike Mays for joining us here at Quaker Steak and Lube. And again, exciting news for Viking football as they have signed a home-and-home contract, as you heard Coach Wade say, with the Abingdon Falcons. We'll be playing Abingdon at the Stone Castle in 2019. We'll go to Abingdon and play the Falcons in 2020. So a lot of good things going on with Viking football again. Spring practice starting April the 30th. They'll go a couple weeks and scheduled right now to have a scrimmage with DB. That will be a controlled scrimmage also, by the way. Something they've been doing the last couple of years. They'll have a controlled scrimmage with Dobbins Bennett, and then hopefully we'll have some maroon and white games. As you hear Coach Mays say, if we can get two evenly competitive teams, then they'll hold a maroon and white game again this year. They've been able to do it the last 3 years, but really looking forward to getting some information more out on the Viking football camp and getting information out on the youth league football and a lot of other things right here. We'll get it out on ESPN Tri-Cities. Of course, we'll definitely have it out on Facebook and Twitter and all of our social media ways to get it out. We want people to be aware of what all is going on, and looking forward to helping the football team out and Tennessee High School out as well to get information out. No matter what we participate in, we want as many people to know about the sports at Tennessee High, and about not only about the sports but also about the student athletes for the Lady Vikings and the Vikings as well. So big thanks again to Coach Mays for joining us. Again, the Lady Viking tennis team and Vikings are hosting Elizabethton right now. Do not have an update from them at the softball field at the Lady Viking complex. No update from Mr. Monroe yet. I hadn't heard from John yet either. So we'll hopefully get the JV was playing at 4:30. Varsity does not play until 6. As you know, if we play at home, the varsity plays second, which is the way it should be. And so Viking track team again at Abingdon today as they're competing against the Falcons and the Sullivan East Patriots. Next week, or matter of fact, getting back to tomorrow though, the Viking tennis team will be at, matter of fact, the Lady Vikings and Vikings will be at Greenville tomorrow, playing at Tusculum. So that game, those matches at Tusculum College tomorrow. Viking baseball will be at home tomorrow, 5 o'clock with Richlands, and at 6 o'clock on Saturday they'll be hosting Volunteer. Both those games at Todd Houston Field. Viking soccer team will be hosting Elizabethton on Friday at the Castle, and that is an add-on game because of the cancellation of the Metcalf tournament down in Kingsport. Vikings picked up a match with Elizabethton. So again, the Vikings soccer team 3-1-1 and 2-1-1. Vikings Lady Viking tennis team 3-0 and 2-0, and Vikings 2-0 and 2-0 in conference. So a lot of good things going on. Again, 60-cent bonus wing night here at Quaker Steak and Lube, and we're going to Barry, you can do that one if you want to, and that'll thank you, Coach Mays. And but Coach Wade is going to join us, and again, 60-cent bonus wing night here, Barry, and I tell you, Mike and I were talking about that $500,000 up there. I think Ray did it, and that's the last time he wanted to do it.
That's probably the last time he's been here, right?
Yeah, he said he wouldn't do it again if they paid him. So a lot of exciting news, though, going on at Tennessee High, and off to a great start with spring sports.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're off to a real good start. You know, really proud of our baseball team who's got off to a hot start, and then of course too our track team. We got some kids out there right now that can really run, and got a lot of football players running track this year.
Yes, we do.
And you know,
the good thing is you got Coach Stubbs and Coach Irvin out there with them.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I mean, Coach Stubbs is by far one of the best coaches around I've seen of improving kids' sprint form
Right.
and teaching kids how to run properly. And then you got Coach Irvin out there that just got so much knowledge. It's unbelievable.
Right.
You know, I coached track the last 3 years with him and just learned so much from those guys. And then watching Coach Stubbs and the passion that he shows for track is great. And then, you know, our softball team is off to a, you know, we haven't won a lot of games, but man alive, have we not seen a lot of improvement.
They're improving now.
And a lot of passion and just excitement around our program. And had a relative that came and coaches softball in West Virginia and came and watched us play last night, and they just couldn't believe that the support that we had in the, you know, the community that was there, the crowd that was there, and just and told me, he said, Coach, we'd take both of you pictures right now, you know, if we could get them over in West Virginia. And so, I mean, our program with Coach DeClerc and Coach Boggs, and we've got Coach Bright come out of retirement, coaching softball for us, and just with those three out there now, and just really loving on our kids and just making them better every day, and we're playing a whole lot better. You know, I had one of our announcers there last night, John Monroe, and John says, Coaches, his team just hits the ball so much better than what they have in the past and things. And so, you know, we're seeing a lot of good things from there. And our boys soccer, you know, Coach Snyder and the new dad.
Andy's got it going.
and the new dad, Andrew Snyder, has got things going well. And, you know, and to me, he was one of our best hires we've had this year.
I would agree.
It's just somebody's just got the passion, excitement for kids, and you know, and just what he lacks in experience, which he's coached soccer before, but what he lacks in experience, he just makes up for it with his passion and love for our kids too. So
I think the guys they enjoy playing. You know, I know when we had him here, what, 3 weeks ago now, I guess is when it was. You know, he said, David, we told him we could play 18 matches or we could do 8, you know, 9. They said, and they were like, just play them all then, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I was looking at the schedule, and it's way more matches than what we're used to seeing. But I think I like that, you know, and I'm going to have him, he'll be back with us next week. And Aiden Moore will be with us, and I don't know who else he's bringing. But, you know, of course, having Aiden on the team is
that's a plus.
That's a plus. It's a big plus.
I got
4 goals against the Toppers the other night, you know, and they battled back. They were down 4-2 with, 7 minutes left in the match.
Right.
6.5 and come back and tie the Toppers in Johnson City, 4-4. And
I got a text message that night from Science Hills AD and says, "Hey, this soccer kid's a machine."
Yeah.
You know, and he really is, and then Aiden's a good leader on the field too.
He
know,
is.
You see him talking a lot and helping direct our kids and everything. So very fortunate to have a kid with that experience and that much heart for the game of soccer on our team.
And I'm sure Mike would like to have him back again.
I guarantee
it ain't going to happen.
You know, I also said, hey, this guy kicked off for us, and he went down and made plays on the, you know, as kicker of our football team too. Yes.
You know, I think everybody's, you know, baseball team obviously had a hard-fought loss last night. You know, but battled back, and you know, Davis Hall, man, he pitched his guts out last night. Goes 8 innings. We knocked their number 1 out in 5 innings, and you know, you could just see. We lost last night, but we didn't lose. I think in the long run, they needed that. Because after Monday, and it's kind of like I felt Monday when it went in the press box, and when we talked about this, it's kind of like it could happen.
Right.
You know, you just got. They'd had that game circled since last May.
Sure.
You know, and so that could happen. But last night it was like, well, we're doing this, and I said, great, because you're going to see our number 1 too.
Yeah,
you know, and that's part of it. But they competed, and they didn't give up. They kept battling, and you know, you lose 6-5 in the bottom 9th inning. That was a great baseball game last night, though. It really was, and a ton of people down there at the baseball field.
You know, today, this morning, when I met with Coach Roberts and we talked about it, you know, and that was the biggest thing that he was, you know, Coach Roberts was disappointed we lost, and he felt bad for our kids, but he was so excited about how our kids bounced back.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, I don't think, and I know I didn't, and I know he didn't as our coach. He's around them every day, but I just felt like our kids would. You know, you know, and I'd even mentioned Monday. You know, I said tomorrow's a whole different day.
Yeah.
And you know, and when I was talking to some of the people I was around and stuff and everything, and then talked to Coach Roberts after the game on Monday night, and you know, and just said, hey, you know, we'll bounce back. Things will be good. And and it's something we can learn from. And then just the way they got beat last night, is unfortunately wasn't there. I was with our softball team, which I was excited. Not unfortunately to be our softball team. I was excited to be with our softball team, but I wasn't able to be at the game last night. And so when he came and talked to me today, and just hear the excitement he had in his voice, even though we lost, there's just the excitement that he had and the passion that he had for our kids and how we battled back and just fought back was just exciting to hear. And so yeah, right now it's a lot of good things going on at Tennessee High School, and we're just excited about it.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like tennis is finally going to get on the court finally. I talked to Reedy. For matter of fact, I went and stopped and talked to him yesterday before I went to Johnson City. But he said, David, we don't have any days off.
Right.
And part of that, and I kind of alluded to it when I first came on, is because TSSAA combined everybody, and now you're playing Unicoi Canyon, you're playing East, you're playing Central, you're playing teams that schools we're not used to playing.
Elizabeth, right?
Yeah, Elizabeth. These are all conference games now.
Yeah.
So it's like the Big 30 or whatever it is.
It's actually
it's a little bit different now.
It's actually a Big 11, and then of course you got Daniel Boone and Crockett don't have a tennis team right now, so we're the Big 9. But it's not, So
it's kind of like a Big 10 being screwed up with 14 teams.
Yeah, exactly. But I on my way here, I just passed by the tennis courts, and of course we're playing Elizabeth today in a conference game, and Coach Tony called me, right before I left the school, and he said, "Hey, Coach, we got it going on." Said it's going good, and so our kids are playing well, and things of that nature, and then in the out and our track team is not actually running today. At Abingdon.
Okay.
They, I can't remember.
They're supposed to be with Abingdon East today.
Yes, I think Abingdon overbooked. I think there was actually 6 or 7 teams coming there.
Oh, okay.
They got a 6-lane track, I think, and so we're actually going to Science Hill tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
And so our track team will be running. Yes, and sorry I didn't get to you, but
that's all right.
We are running at Science Hill tomorrow. I think there's 5-6 teams going to be there. We have a big track meet at our middle school track meet tomorrow. That is, we have 6 teams coming and competing. 5 teams coming competing tomorrow at Tennessee High in the middle school. So this, people told me, said, wait till spring, Coach. I know this is your first year, but
it's nuts.
It is nuts because just like we just said, we're not running at Avenue today, we're running at Science Hill tomorrow. That changes every hour.
Yeah,
I found out in spring sports, and so, but yeah, it's been an exciting time. It's been a busy time for all of us, but man, I love it.
I think yesterday, what was it? Yesterday, Monday, whenever it was, I think I changed. I tweeted out and changed that JV game 4 times within 45 minutes yesterday. And I'm like, y'all just let me know when you're going to play.
Well,
kind of a thing.
I don't know if you've noticed yet or not, but on my Facebook page, I've slowed down posting game dates and times. I'm allowing you to do it because that way you can go back and correct it because I can't keep up with it enough. So I'm just allowing you to make those mistakes and fix them. So
it's like I'm throwing my hands up.
When I see that you finally got it right, I just share it.
I appreciate that. So we are off to a really good start, though, in all seriousness, but a lot of good things to look forward to, which we will talk about later. It's not time to talk about them yet, but trying to work on facilities still, get things done, and it's a never-ending job, Barry. I mean, I know that. So.
Well, I mean, just today, Ed Depew, our maintenance supervisor, me and him met for 2.5 hours today, and just really worked on things that we felt like that we could get done between now and August.
Right.
And so I mean, we holy cow, the number of things that we've got right now that's going on, and yes, and I mean, we're making improvements inside Viking Hall this summer. We're redoing the floor. We're adding some goals to hang from the ceiling.
Right.
We're putting in fans. In Viking Hall right now. That company that everybody talks about, the big fan company, they're coming in and putting in 2 fans for us. Right now, if you get up on the catwalk at You know, it's the hottest place in the gym, so now we're trying to get some air down, you know, some of the heat
Force
down.
it, yeah.
Force it down to us and
I
everything.
appreciate that.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Where
Put
you
that
set
put a
at.
wall up over there.
Yes, put a better door in for you too. I understand. So we got that going on. We got some improvements going on in the castle. I think when you come in August, you know, right now we've announced our Fan Appreciation Day.
Right.
Meet the Vikings for the fall is going to be August the 10th.
Right.
You know, we're
2 weeks before opening. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A week before opening again, we open up
at Knox Central.
Yeah, on the 16th, I think it is. So we done got that scheduled. You know, we'll talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah.
But you know, last year was fun. The kids enjoyed it. But I promise you, this year's going to be a little bit bigger and better.
Listen, it was fun. It was huge last year, and I think everybody had a great time. And if you didn't get there, shame on you.
Well, I promise you,
we'll make sure you know about it.
It's going to be bigger and better. And so we got a lot of announcements to make as we get closer to it. Don't want to give all of our secrets away right now.
No, we're not going to say a word.
So, but yeah, and then too, you know, we just got things going on. You know, good things that's happening. You know, is just really upgrading some of our facilities and doing things well. I mean, from Viking Hall to replacing some curtains to hanging some new goals and to redoing our floor and changing a little bit on our floor. And then too, just in the castle, just like I said, got a big announcement coming up pretty soon with the castle. I think that you're going, you know, some things that you'll see that you'll enjoy and appreciate in our community and get involved in, and you know, and then too, just keep on doing what we're doing.
Right. You know, and you look at facilities now. And this is my whole thing. If you think that where we play isn't good, then go look someplace else. Well, you know, and I'm not trying to sound smart about it, but our stuff's taken care of. You know, I mean, we have practice fields that people would die to be playing games on. You know, and that's the truth.
Exactly. You know, you can really right now, if you come by our facility, come by the high school right now, our practice field. You go down to the old Central School and see our practice field there, and just the I don't know what you call it, I guess just a pride that we have taken in our facilities in those places. And right now our practice field could be better than most game fields we'll play on.
Yes.
Both places, you know, and Carl Kinchlow is Coach Kinchlow, as most people call him Coach, you know, takes care of our grass fields for us and just does a wonderful job with it. You know, we're very fortunate that we're able to put a little bit of money into those, you know, every year, and so we just take pride in it, you know, and take pride of our place. If you go to our baseball field right now, I mean, it's
immaculate.
It's unbelievable. You know, Coach Roberts does that. You know, our softball complex, the city helps us take care of that, but they take a lot of pride in it.
Yeah.
You know, Terry Napier and Taylor Harmon and Mike Music and their crew over there just take a lot of pride in helping us, and you know, and you know, they're all, you know, just really embedded in our community and appreciate our youth, and so they really just take a lot of pride and passion in what they do, and those guys have been great to work with. You know,
they really have.
Terry's a great guy. You know, he came and met with us about football, and he's like, "Hey, I'm with you. You know, whatever we can do to help." And so we've just been real excited with, you know, the partnership that we've come up with right now with our city Parks and Rec, and we just want to continue to do that. And I'm definitely going to try to keep that trust and just keep building on to helping that program.
It gives, like I said, and I was dead serious. Anything that you need, you know, you've got our help. Whatever we need to do, we'll do it.
I guarantee you, we'll be contacting you soon.
We have no problems getting the word out, believe me. Barry, I'm really excited about the way things are going so far. You've done a great job. I'll pat you on the back. I think we talked about this in the 1st of August. I mean, it's refreshing to get that Viking pride back in everything at Tennessee High, and it's fallen in. It's, you know, you look at it and it's fallen into Vance. Well, you know, and it's a community awareness that it's back, and things are really good. So.
You know, I think I came to Tennessee High 14 years ago, and from the first day I visited, you know, before I ever took the job, got offered the job or whatever, I just fell in love with the place and just fell in love with this community and, you know, and just to drive and the people that you meet in this community and the way that they care, you know, not only about their families, but the way they care about Tennessee High School, the way they care about every kid. You know, we have people all the time donating things for our kids. You know, I had a meeting with Miss Kirk the other day, and she said, sorry, I got to run out and grab. She goes out and gets about 8 or 9 brand new prom dresses that somebody has donated to our community. That's to me, that's something about Bristol, you know. And I think, and that's been everybody that I've met and come in contact to in the time that I've been here. 14 years seems like a long time. It's really been a short time to you guys that's been here for a lifetime and everything. But, you know, I just fell in love with the place. You know, when first opportunity I had, I moved to Bristol, you know, right after that and everything. And so, and anymore, I haven't gone home a whole lot lately, and I just Bristol's home now, and you know, and everybody's been real good to my family, you know, and I'm glad to hear people say, you know, we think you've done a great job and everything. I want to hear that 10 years from now, you know, and you know, and that's my thing. You know, it's easy to do it right now. It's just that just continue to do it and everything, and I'm ready. You know, I'm excited about our season and everything. I'll be honest with you, I'm ready to. I'm not trying to rush my life away, but I'm ready to get to June where I can plan and, you know, and look more forward to the future and everything. Because right now I'm on the go all the time. You know, today I've already, you know, I've had that management meeting. I've been to track practice. I'll get ready. I'm going to run right back by tennis, and then I'm on my way to softball. And I love doing it. You know, I'm not complaining about it because I love it, but it's just a busy life, you know. And and then in between that, you know, I've got it. You know, this morning I got up with my kids, you know, and got my twins at home. I got 5-year-olds at home for people, 5-year-olds at home for people who don't know. So I spent a lot of time with them this morning. You know, get them ready for school and everything, and then. And head off to work, and then I get to see them and put them in bed tonight. But I get to play with them a little bit, and it looks like this Saturday we got some time off. So
it looks like we're going to now.
So we'll get to spend some time with our families.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
a bunch again. We will be back tomorrow at 4:45 with the Dr. Deborah Basham pregame show. The Vikings hosting Richland's Blue Tornado. Thanks for everybody for listening in to Inside Viking Sports here tonight on ESPN Tri-Cities, and the voice of the Vikings coming up next. Scott Gray in Sports Magazine right here on ESPN Tri-Cities. Good night, everybody.
Welcome to Bill Gatton Honda. We want to make your experience simple and easy. Our staff has been servicing our area for generations. You will always be greeted with a smile and receive friendly service. At Bill Gatton Honda, you're not just a friend, you're family. We dedicate our time and experience to helping you find the right car for your needs. Come see us today and let us help you make car buying simple. Because at Bill Gatton Honda, we got a Honda with your name on it.
At Bill Gatton Honda, we make car buying easy with our competitive pricing and award-winning service. Get a 2017 Honda Civic LX as low as $169 a month. Or how about the 2017 Honda HR-V LX for only $189 a month? And don't forget our 2017 Honda Fit LX for $139 a month. Visit us online 24/7 at BillGattonHonda.com. And remember, we've got a Honda with your name on it.